Greetings and salutations, all my DigiPeeps. I had a bit of an idea that I wanted to come on here and talk to you about. Really don't have a rhyme or reason for this one, but yeah, just an idea that kept me up last night, and honestly I wanted to get out there to the public. Hawkeye Season 2. Now, I know that the Disney Plus series haven't had much more than Season 1, and most of them are probably going to end on their first and probably final season, but I really think Hawkeye could come back for a second season, and this is just some of the ideas I had in regards to seeing a comeback of Kate Bishop and possibly seeing her in a second season on Disney Plus. So to begin with, I spent my time researching last night and found out that Clint Barton has a brother, Barney Barton, who has been the arch enemy of Hawkeye and has even used the Hawkeye moniker for himself. I think he would be a perfect villain to introduce into the MCU. I mean, not only is Jeremy Renner 51 years of age, and from what I could kind of tell from the TV series, he is kind of taking a backseat role now. I think the mentorship role would be perfect for Hawkeye right now in the MCU. I mean, I have heard a lot of people speculate about the West Coast Avengers, and I mean, that'd be perfect for Jeremy Renner to take a whole bunch of kids under his wing like he did in his TV series and, you know, teach them to become the new Avengers. So then right off the bat with this character, you have a possibly younger actor coming in to play this alternate version of Hawkeye, which, I mean, I could see causing a lot of problems for Kate. The idea being that Barney comes in as this evil version of Hawkeye, and Kate, being the new version of Hawkeye, is up against this new threat who is possibly better than her in almost every way, martial arts wise, trick shot wise, stuff like that. I mean, my head was swimming with the idea of Kate taking on another archer who is out there, you know, possibly killing people, you know, out there for his own gain, sort of stuff like that. I had the thought of, you know, like him giving one of the lines that only a Barton can be the next Hawkeye, and really making Kate doubt herself. And then not only that, but it's a perfect opportunity to bring back Elena. I mean, she could pair up with Kate, which I'm sure a lot of people are hoping for, to see some more interactions between those two. She could even be helping to facilitate Kate's training, which I'm sure Clint will be helping with, of course. I even had the idea of Yelena being out in the field with Kate and her coming up against Barney and having him get the better of her. I mean, this would show that he's no pushover, that he can take down a former Black Widow assassin. And yeah, just in general, causing trouble for Kate, causing trouble for the city, and making a bad name for Hawkeye. Which, of course, Kate inevitably has to clean up. Where has Barney been this entire time? Why hasn't he made his appearance known before in the past? I even thought about that too, and simple answer, the blip. Now, it says here that Barney was trained in the CIA, and my idea was to have him possibly lose something in the blip, or lose someone close to him, possibly a fellow partner that he had in the CIA, or maybe a girlfriend along those lines, something like that. A very close loved one that he held very dear. Now, after he lost this person, this partner, this girlfriend, what have you, Barney sort of falls off the rails and everything starts going downhill for him. He starts getting critiqued at his job. He starts becoming more deadly at his job, something along those lines, to the point where they can't have him work for them anymore, so they fire him. That just continually leads him on a downward spiral, which leads to him becoming a more deadly version of Hawkeye, someone who is willing to kill first and ask questions later. And then, of course, 5 years after the blip, when that person returns, they find Barney and they see him as someone they didn't leave behind. They can't believe that 5 years has passed and he has taken such a turn into such a dark place. So, with no job and no prospects, what does Barney do? He turns to the one and only source of income that he can get, and that's performing hits. This then leads to a very interesting party to take note of this character, and who's that, you might ask? No one else but the Kingpin. It would be absolutely within his character of Wilson Fisk to hold a vendetta against Kate and want to get some sort of revenge against her. Who better than the brother of her mentor? And I also touched upon Yelena, and I mean, this is just absolutely a must for the next time Kate's on screen. I know a lot of fans absolutely loved the interactions between Kate and Yelena. To put those two back together is a no-brainer in my opinion. I mean, I could definitely see Yelena taking some sort of sparring partner role with Kate, teaching her some tricks of the trade that she got while she was a Black Widow assassin, only furthering Kate's training and making her a more competent hand-to-hand fighter. And it is only natural that the next iteration of Hawkeye and the next iteration of Black Widow are going to be close. That's going to be a perfect tribute to Clint and Natasha respectively. So yeah, that's my idea anyway. Thought I'd just put it out there to the ether, see what people think. I think there's some real potential there, and I mean, as I mentioned, you've got Yelena back, you've got the Kingpin back, all the fan favourite stuff from the Hawkeye series, which I know people would love to see again. And I really think a season 2 for Hawkeye is warranted. I mean, something for Kate to come into her own and become more confident as the new Hawkeye. And I truly think my idea of Barney coming into the MCU is a good one. So Marvel, give me a call, we need to talk. Anyway, I hope you all like that idea. Leave a comment down below if you did like that idea, if you have any other thoughts of my idea. Maybe you want to add something, maybe you want to take something away. Maybe you have a completely different idea, which I'd love to hear about. Like the video, share the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.